Greetings, fellow Chamber members. This year, as your chair, I plan to communicate with you in a few new and different and creative ways. I hope you enjoy this more personal way of sharing the great news of what's happening at your chamber. Today, I want to bring you news regarding our upcoming municipal election strategy. At our June board meeting, I shared a number of goals with our board. Two of the key goals being to increase the voice of the chamber and to determine our advocacy priorities and bring them forward in a more strategic way. It's time for the chamber to go in a fresh, new direction and become more bottom-up than top-down, to become more proactive as opposed to reactive, to be more focused, to take the concerns of you, our members, and make them heard more loudly than ever. We are a member organization, and you collectively are the voice of business in Windsor-Essex. We have such exceptional volunteers and staff doing incredible work, but we must do a better job of telling our story. Shortly after that meeting in June, I spoke with Matt Marchand about coming on board and chairing our Government Relations Committee. Matt brings a wealth of experience, and many of you will remember him from his service in the Mayor's office during the 1990s, and now in his position of Director of Government Affairs for the Continental Rail Gateway. This committee had sat dormant for the past year, and I knew this was going to be a year that we would want to have a solid strategy for the election. He, along with the aid of Policy Manager Igor Seljanowski, created a comprehensive municipal election strategy, one that brings your issues to the forefront. So what does the voice of business mean? That was the first thing that Matt and Igor were tasked with doing, to quantify this statement. From the data that we collected, and from our records, we can say with full confidence that the Windsor-Essex Regional Chamber of Commerce represents over 1,300 business members that employ more than 40,000 people and represent more than $10 billion in annual sales. This is a strong voice. This is the voice of business. We've conducted surveys in the past in elections, and we've conducted a debate, but never have we turned up the volume this loud and said, we want to drive the issues that are important to our membership. We want to help set the priorities and the tone for the future of our region. The overwhelming message sent by you, our chamber members, in the survey is a need for a plan that will secure economic development, jobs, and a more favorable business climate for this region, including lowering business taxes. So how do we intend to drive this agenda? By creating our own plan. There are 6 stages in this roadmap. The first was to introduce the election strategy and alert each of you about an upcoming survey and campaign. Second, to survey the membership to identify your concerns and priorities. We launched this effort at the end of July, and we were keenly aware of issues like vacations, so we kept it succinct and easy to respond to, yet with the ability for you to tell us how you feel and what you think is important. I asked Matt and Igor to try and collect 100 responses. We had 100 in the very first day. We closed the survey after 3 weeks with over 250 responses. We're thrilled with this response rate. You have said we want to be heard in this election. Our next step is to share with you the results of the survey and with as many candidates as possible before and shortly after the declaration deadline for candidates. We began by meeting with the mayor and the warden, have continued with conducting one-on-one and small group meetings with all of the incumbents and candidates in Windsor and the mayors and deputy mayors in the county. I would characterize these meetings as very successful, and they have been highly attentive and receptive to what we have had to share. Our next step is a public awareness campaign leading up to Election Day. This includes seeking exposure in local and regional media to inform the general public as well as all of the candidates in our membership of the results of our election advocacy. The second goal is to influence the debate and focus attention as much as possible on the Chamber's issues in advance of the election. Finally, we will conclude our plan by providing visibility on Election Day and by following up post-election with all of the candidates to offer our congratulations on your behalf and express thanks to those who were not successful. We will be hosting a mayoral debate on October 5th, and this plans to be an exciting and well-attended luncheon. We will be back to you to seek out questions later this month. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Matt, Igor, Linda Smith, and Holly Connolly for all of their hard work and support of this initiative. I hope you agree that we're increasing the volume and driving the issues, indeed, being the voice of business. As a special note, please don't forget we're hosting the Governor of the Bank of Canada at a luncheon on September 30th. I know we are all looking forward to hearing what Mark Carney has to share with our membership. The full results of our Chamber's municipal election survey can be accessed on the Chamber's website at www.windsorchamber.org. Thank you for your time, your kind attention, and I look forward to seeing you all soon.